Here's your speech segment. Believing in yourself is the foundation of everything you want to achieve. It's the difference between taking action and standing still, between success and regret. If you don't believe in yourself, why would anyone else? It all starts with you, your mindset, your attitude, your determination. Think about it. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every moment of victory started with one person who had the courage to say, I can do this. They weren't born with certainty. They didn't wake up one day with all the answers. No, they decided. They made a choice to trust themselves even when the odds were stacked against them. You see, the mind is a powerful thing. When you fill it with doubt, hesitation, and fear, those thoughts will shape your reality. But when you feed it confidence, determination, and belief, you unlock a strength within you that no obstacle can break. It doesn't mean you won't face challenges. It doesn't mean you won't have moments of fear. But believing in yourself means pushing forward anyway, knowing deep down that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you are enough. Too often, people give up before they even try. They let the world tell them what they can and cannot do. They listen to the voices of negativity, sometimes from others, sometimes from themselves. But let me tell you something. The only limits that truly exist are the ones you accept. You weren't put here to play small. You weren't meant to sit on the sidelines while life passes you by. You have something special inside of you, something the world needs. And it's time you start acting like it. Think about a time in your life when you surprised yourself. A moment when you did something you didn't think you could do. Maybe it was standing up for yourself, chasing a dream, overcoming a fear. Remember how that felt? That was belief. That was the power of trusting yourself. And if you could do it then, you can do it now. You can do it every single day. But it's not just about saying the words, it's about living them. Confidence isn't given, it's built. It's built through action, through persistence, through showing up even when you don't feel ready. So start showing up. Start walking like you belong in the room. Speak like your voice matters, because it does. Carry yourself like someone who knows they are destined for greatness, because let me tell you, you are. No one can do this for you. No one can believe in you more than you believe in yourself. So decide today, right now, that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of greatness, that you are more than enough. And when doubt creeps in, because it will, remind yourself of who you are. Look in the mirror and say, I got this. Say it until you believe it. Say it until it becomes the truth you live by. Because at the end of the day, the only thing standing between you and your dreams is whether or not you choose to believe. So believe, and then go make it happen. Self-doubt is a thief. It steals opportunities, drains confidence, and keeps you from becoming everything you're meant to be. It whispers in your ear, telling you you're not ready, not good enough, not capable. And if you listen long enough, you start to believe it. You start to hesitate. You start to shrink. But let me tell you something. Self-doubt is a liar. It has no power unless you give it power. Everyone has doubts. The most successful people in the world, the strongest, the smartest, the most talented, they've all had moments where they question themselves. The difference is they didn't let doubt win. They didn't let it stop them from taking the next step. And that's the choice you have to make every single day. Because doubt will never disappear completely. It will always try to creep in when you're stepping into something new. Something challenging, something great. That's when you look it in the eye and say, not today. You weren't put here to live in fear of your own potential. You weren't meant to hold yourself back because of some imaginary standard you think you can't meet. Nobody starts out perfect. Nobody has all the answers in the beginning. The only way you grow, the only way you get better is by doing. Even if you're scared, even if you're unsure, even if your hands are shaking and your voice is trembling, do it anyway. Think about all the times you let self-doubt talk you out of something. All the opportunities you didn't take, the moments you stayed silent when you should have spoken up, the dreams you kept buried because you were afraid of failing. And now ask yourself, what if? What if you had believed in yourself in those moments? What if you had just gone for it? How different would your life look right now? That's the real danger of self-doubt. It doesn't just keep you stuck in the moment. It keeps you stuck in life. And the truth is, most of the things we doubt ourselves about never even happen. We create these worst-case scenarios in our minds, convincing ourselves we'll fail, we'll embarrass ourselves, we'll fall short. More often than not, when we actually take the leap, we find out we're stronger than we thought, more capable than we believed, and that the only thing holding us back was our own fear. So, what do? How do you fight back against self-doubt? You take action. Take one small step at a time, because confidence doesn't just appear, it's built through repetition, through experience, through proving to yourself over and over that you can do hard things, that you can handle failure, that you can learn, grow, and improve. So, before you know it, the voice of doubt gets quieter and the voice of belief gets louder. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect version of yourself to start. There is no perfect time, no perfect way, no perfect person. There is only now. You, exactly as you are already enough to begin. So the next time self-doubt tries to stop you, remember this: you have a choice. You can believe the voice that says you can't, or you can believe the voice that says you can. Choose wisely, because the life you want, the person you're meant to be, it's all on the other side of doubt. Failure is not the end. It's not a sign to quit. It's not proof that you're not good enough. Failure is a teacher. It's one of the greatest lessons life will ever give you, if you're willing to learn from it. Too many people see failure as a stop sign instead of a stepping stone. They take one loss, one setback, one mistake, and they let it define them. They let it convince them that they're not capable, that they're not meant for success. But that's not the truth. Truth is, failure is part of the process. You can't avoid it. You can't run from it. If you're going after something big, if you're chasing a dream, if you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, failure is going to meet you along the way. That's not a bad thing. That's not something to fear. That's something to embrace, because every failure carries a lesson. Every mistake brings experience. Every setback builds resilience. Think about the greatest success stories in history. They didn't happen without failure. They didn't happen without rejection, struggle, obstacles. The difference is, those people didn't let failure stop them. They didn't let it define them. They used it. They studied it. They learned from it. And then they got back up, stronger, smarter, and more determined than before. You have to start seeing failure for what it really is: a sign that you're trying, a sign that you're growing, a sign that you're on the right track. The only people who never fail are the ones who never try. And if you never try, you never win, you never learn, you never grow. Too many people let one failure break them. They let embarrassment, fear, or disappointment keep them from moving forward. But let me tell you something: failure is temporary. It only becomes permanent if you stop, if you give up, if you let it convince you that you're not capable. But you are capable. You are strong enough to get back up. You are smart enough to learn the lesson. You are resilient enough to keep moving forward. Think about the first time you tried to do something new. Maybe it was learning how to ride a bike, learning how to swim, learning a new skill. You didn't get it right the first time, did you? You fell. You struggled. You made mistakes, but you kept going. And eventually, what once seemed impossible became second nature. That's how life works. That's how success works. You fail, you learn, you adjust, you grow. So the next time failure knocks on your door, don't run from it. Don't let it break you. Look at it, learn from it, use it. Because every time you get back up, every time you refuse to quit, you're getting stronger, you're getting better, you're getting closer. Failure is not the opposite of success. The only real failure is letting it stop you. No, keep going. No. Keep learning, keep believing. And no matter what, never give up. Dreams don't work unless you do. You can have all the talent in the world, all the potential, all the ambition, but if you don't take action, if you don't move, if you don't step forward, nothing happens. Too many people sit around waiting for the right moment, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for something to fall into their lap. But life doesn't work that way. Success doesn't come knocking on your door. You have to go out and chase it. The first step is setting a goal, a real goal. Not just a wish, not just a hope, but something clear, something specific, something you can see in your mind as if it already exists. Because if you don't know where you're going, how do you expect to get there? You have to know what you want. You have to see it, feel it, believe it, and then you have to do something about it. Too often, people talk themselves out of their own dreams before they even start. They look at the big picture and feel overwhelmed. They focus on how far they have to go instead of just taking the first step. But let me tell you something, you don't climb a mountain in one leap. You do it one step at a time. And that's how you reach any goal. One decision, one action, one moment of effort after another. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to start. Because once you take that first step, the next one gets easier. And then the next. And before you know it, you're moving, you're growing, you're making progress. And that's when the magic happens. That's when belief turns into reality. But let me be clear, it's not always going to be easy. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up. Days when you feel stuck, unmotivated, discouraged. That's when discipline has to take over. That's when you remind yourself why you started. That's when you push through even when it's hard. Because success isn't built on motivation alone. It's built on consistency. You can't just work toward your goal when you feel inspired. You have to put in the work when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're not seeing results right away. Because that's what separates the ones who make it from the ones who don't. The ones who make it don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't let obstacles stop them. They keep going, no matter what. And here's the thing, you're capable of that. You're capable of setting a goal, making a plan, and following through. You have everything you need inside of you already. The only question is, will you use it? Will you take that first step? Will you do what it takes to turn your dream into reality? Because nobody else can do it for you. So don't just sit there wishing, hoping, waiting. Set your goal, take action, and keep going. Because the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the work you're willing to put in. The people you surround yourself with will either lift you up or pull you down. It's that simple. Energy is contagious. Attitudes, mindsets, habits, they spread. If you spend your time around negativity, around doubt, around people who don't believe in themselves, eventually that will rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, people who inspire you, people who push you to be better, then that becomes your standard. That becomes your mindset. Too many people hold themselves back because they're too afraid to step away from the wrong crowd. They stay in circles that drain them, relationships that stunt their growth, environments that don't allow them to reach their full potential. And they wonder why they're stuck, why they feel uninspired, why they can't seem to move. It does mean you have to be intentional about where you invest your time, your energy, your focus. Not everyone is meant to go with you on your journey. Some people are only meant to be in a certain chapter of your life, not the whole story. You need people who challenge you, who see your potential even when you don't, who remind you of your greatness when you forget. People who won't let you settle for less than you're capable of. People who hold you accountable. Those are the relationships that will help you grow. Those are the voices you need in your corner. And this isn't just about the people around you. It's also about the things you consume. The books you read, the videos you watch, the conversations you engage in, even the thoughts you allow to take root in your mind. Are you feeding yourself positivity? Are you surrounding yourself with messages that build you up? Or are you filling your mind with doubt, fear, and distractions? You have to guard your energy. You have to protect your vision. If something is not adding to your growth, it's taking away from it. And at some point, you have to decide what matters more, holding on to what's comfortable or stepping into what you're truly capable of. The people you choose to keep in your life will either push you toward your purpose or pull you away from it. Choose wisely, because your success, your growth, your future, it all depends on who and what you allow to influence you. Success takes time. Growth takes time. Becoming the person you're meant to be is not something that happens overnight. It's a journey, and like any journey, it comes with twists, turns, detours, and obstacles. But here's what you need to understand. Just because the path isn't always clear doesn't mean you're not on the right track. Just because it's taking longer than you expected doesn't mean it won't happen. You have to trust the process. You have to believe in the journey, even when it doesn't make sense. Too often, people give up too soon. They set a goal, start working toward it, and when they don't see immediate results, they convince themselves it's not meant to be. They think if it doesn't happen fast, it's not going to happen at all. But that's not how life works. That's not how success works. Anything worth having takes time, effort, and patience. The people who make it aren't always the most talented or the most gifted. They're the ones who refuse to quit. You can't rush greatness. You can't fast forward through the struggle. Every step you take, even the ones that feel small, even the ones that feel like they're leading nowhere, is shaping you. They are molding you into the person who can handle the success you're working toward. Because it's not just about reaching the destination. It's about becoming the kind of person who can sustain it. Think about how nature works. A tree doesn't grow overnight. It starts as a seed buried in the dirt, unseen, unnoticed. But just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not growing. It's pushing through the soil, stretching toward the sun, building deep roots so that when it does break through, it's strong enough to stand. That's how life works. That's how your journey works. Just because you're in the dirt right now doesn't mean you're not growing. Just because your progress isn't visible yet doesn't mean it's not happening. You have to be patient with yourself. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's. Stop looking at where other people are and thinking you should be there too. Everyone moves at their own pace. Everyone has their own timing. What's meant for you will not pass you by as long as you keep going. As long as you keep showing up, keep believing, keep putting in the work, your time will come. Won't always be easy. There will be moments when you question everything. There will be times when you feel like nothing is working, when you wonder if you should just give up. That's when you have to remind yourself why you started. That's when you have to dig deep and trust that every effort, every sacrifice, every step is bringing you closer. You don't have to have it all figured out today. You don't have to see the whole path. You just have to take the next step, and then the next, and then the next. Keep moving, keep believing, and trust that as long as you don't stop, you will get where you're meant to be. At the end of the day, everything comes down to one simple truth. You have to believe in yourself. No one else can do it for you. No one else can chase your dreams, silence your doubts, rise after failure, put in the work, choose the right people, or trust the process for you. That's your responsibility. And if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect anyone else to? You have everything you need within you. Strength, resilience, talent, purpose. It's all there. But it only matters if you use it. It only works if you step forward, even when you're scared. If you keep pushing, even when it's hard. If you trust yourself, even when the path isn't clear. This is your life, your journey, your dream, and you are capable. You are worthy. You are ready. Stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop holding yourself back. The time to believe in yourself is now. Because when you do, nothing is impossible.